Welcome to another episode of the Sloppy Bro Show. It's your buddy Marcus coming to you live this Friday night. Hope everybody had a good work week. Once again, it is behind us and the weekend is here. God, I love the weekends. And don't forget, tonight's episode, as always, is sponsored by PBR, the greatest beer in the world. Now, I know a lot of you beer connoisseurs out there and you IPA freaks and microbrew guys, you're going to argue with me. You can, and you're entitled to it. But as far as I'm concerned, this beats everything out there. Excuse me. So anyway, once again, hope everybody had a great week. For you new folks that are just tuning in, or this is your first time to the channel, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and punch that notification bell. You have to forgive me, I've had a few already. That way, every time I put up a new video, you'll be the first ones notified. So anyway, as you can tell by the title, tonight we're going to be talking about the coronavirus, as well as the, what else were we going to talk about? Coronavirus, the Democratic debates, and there was something else. What was it? Corona, Democratic debates, and something else. Oh, yes. Actually, it's one of probably the most important things. Conservatives censoring conservatives. What the hell's that all about? Pardon the brain fart. But like I did say at the beginning, I've had a few. So anyway, let's jump in with the coronavirus. Now, I'm going to start by, saying right off the get-go, I haven't really been paying that much attention to the coronavirus, mainly because, I'm a Gen Xer. So, I remember back when SARS was the big epidemic that was going to, wipe out half the population. And everybody was in a panic, and it turned out to be a big nothing burger. So this is kind of the general attitude that I'm taking with the whole coronavirus. I think it's designed to instill fear, panic. I think China and the Democrats are in cahoots on this to kind of maybe thwart the re-election of Donald Trump. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is just, my personal speculation, just from what I've seen. And, I can be a bit of a conspiracy theorist, I'm not going to lie. So, that being said, I'm not really too concerned about the coronavirus. Number one, I understand it originated from China and Wuhan and all that. I know they were developed, something they were working on in the lab, it's Corona 19. Which makes me wonder what happened through, Corona 1 through Corona 18. Were those, did those just not work? So now we got Corona 19. Hell, I don't know. But I know China's upset with Trump because, the tariffs, that we put on them. I also know that our government, as well as a lot of our politicians, sold us out to China a long time ago. Which still pisses me off to this day. But, whatever. It is what it is. And there ain't a whole lot we can do about it now because, what's done is done. I mean, they've already got a really big, chunk into our country, which, maybe it's definitely a bad thing. We've lost a lot of manufacturing and whatnot, but that's whatever. I digress. So anyway, China's pissed off at us because of the tariffs. Democrats, they want to win re-election. They want to win the election in 2020 by any means necessary. And if that means, spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt via this coronavirus so that they can help, tank the economy, bring it down so that, Trump can no longer stand on his economic record, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, they can be sneaky, but, at the same time, Republicans can be sneaky too. So that's just the game that's played, politics, I guess. So I'm not saying, one's better than the other by any means. I am on the Republican ticket, and I do plan on voting for Trump in 2020. But, besides that, even if, this was going to be the big population, killer, all I can say is it's about damn time. I mean, and you climate activists have got to agree with me on this, if anything, because this planet is way overpopulated. I mean, we're pushing something like 8 billion people right now, and the planet's not designed to hold that many people. I mean, all this shit that we've got, all this technology, all this industry, this is not what the earth was, created for by any means. We were supposed to be, little small tribes of individuals, working the land, hunting, gathering, trading, bartering amongst each other, kind of like the way the Native Americans were doing it for so long, and all the other indigenous people, in the world. I mean, that's what the earth was for. That's the way it was designed for. This fucking modern society bullshit, internet, fucking texting, phones, I mean, it's not what it was supposed to happen. But, as people, we're smart, we figure shit out, we invent things, and this is just the area that we're in right now. But personally, I don't think that we were ever supposed to get this far, But it is what it is. So, yes. I mean, if you look, throughout history, I mean, nature has a way of, culling the population, of saying, hey, you guys are getting a little too big for your damn britches. I got to throw your ass in check. So I'm going to unleash this, Spanish flu, the Black Plague, the shit that the rats carry, all that stuff. I mean, I think it's just nature's way of saying, hey, you guys need to slow your roll because I run this shit. Look at me. I'm the captain now. And sometimes I think, as human beings, we've got to be reminded, time to time for that, Is that the case here? I don't know. I doubt it. Like I said, I'm not stressing it. Yes, I'm sure some of the extremely weak and vulnerable, unfortunately, may not make it if they catch this, if they get sick. That sucks. I mean, hell, I don't want anybody to, go before their time's up. But, at the same time, when your time's up, your time's up. But as far as the fear and the panic, just use common sense, folks. If you're sick, yeah, get one of those masks and wear it. That way, when you're coughing and hacking, those little molecules and stuff, aren't floating in the air getting everybody else sick. But if you're not sick, you don't even need one of those damn masks. Just wash your hands with good old-fashioned soap and warm water, but do it, for at least, a damn minute. Just don't stick your hands in there, rub them a couple times, think you're done. I mean, wash them for, a good minute. The rule of thumb I was always taught, sing happy birthday to me twice, and that's good enough. Stay away from that antibacterial shit. The hand sanitizers and the antibacterial soaps and things like that. Those things, I believe, have done more harm for us than anything because, it doesn't allow our bodies to build up a natural immunity to shit. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but when I was a kid, I used to play in the damn dirt. I used to make mud pies. Hell, I used to eat the damn things, And I believe that, being outside and getting dirty, getting my hands dirty and sticking them in, my mouth and whatnot when I was a kid, I believe that, that kind of shit helped build, a stronger immune system. kids today aren't really doing that much. I don't really see that many kids outside playing anymore because kids are always inside. You know, they're on the damn Xbox or the damn computer or on their phones or, you know, some shit or in front of the TV. So, you know, children today aren't getting out there and playing like they're supposed to. They're not building up those natural, you know, antibodies that, you know, help strengthen our immune systems. And then we as adults, you know, we've been sold that, you know, we need to go buy hand sanitizer, use that shit anytime we touch something, or, you know, antibacterial soap, or, you know, taking all these damn antibiotics that the pharmaceutical companies are pumping down our throats. You know, you get these damn super bugs and super viruses and shit. And we can't protect ourselves again. I mean, then something like this happens, and, you know, all of a sudden, you know, people start dropping like flies. But again, like I said at the beginning, this is all just my opinion. I'm not saying that's what it is or what, you know. I mean, that's just my 2 cents. Could be wrong, probably am. I mean, God, Lord knows I'm not the damn brightest tool in the shed. But just don't freak out, people. You know, you don't need to go cashing in your 401ks or, you know, spending all your damn money trying to stock up on supplies. And, you know, because I just don't think it's going to be that big a deal. I'm not going to stress over it. You're not going to see me lose any damn sleep. You know, knock on wood, I don't get sick, but, you know, whatever. When your time's up, your time's up. And when my time's up, you know, my time's up. So, yeah, just chill out, folks. And last of all, don't start spreading any bullshit, you know, propaganda and what, trying to get everybody else whipped up in no damn frenzy. I mean, if you want to read that shit and think to yourself that's what's happening, then that's on you. You know, you're right, but don't go trying to get everybody else whipped up in no damn panic. You know, and for whatever you do, don't fuck with my economy. You know, I'm starting to get ahead. Shit's starting to look good. You know, last thing I wanted to see is this shit tank, end up in a fucking depression or a damn recession. So just, you know, chill out, folks. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Next, I want to talk about CPAC. You know, it's that annual time of year when conservatives get together and have, you know, little talking points and, you know, mingle and share ideas and shit. And I got to say, two things have popped up during CPAC that I was actually kind of surprised at. The first one being is Owen Schroyer from InfoWars. Apparently he was there live streaming, you know, doing what he does. Anyway, he was asked not to live stream, so he complied, quit live streaming. Then they told him that, you know, he couldn't be out and about. He had, if he was going to do any kind of talking or whatnot, he needed to be near the radio booth, so he went to the radio booth. And then after that, you know, they told him, you got to get the fuck out, man. You got to roll. They threw his ass out. Now, look, I know InfoWars is not one of the big news media outlets, and I know that, you know, Alex Jones has built this company that they push a lot of conspiracy theories, and, you know, they hawk a lot of damn vitamins and nutritional supplements. You know, I get it. Sometimes it's hard to take them serious on a lot of shit. You know, but the fact of the matter is they are a news organization, and they are entitled to free speech. You know, so if this is an event that's open up to people that have been given a pass and shit, and he was given a pass, he should be able to do whatever the hell it is he does to make his, you know, living. And they shouldn't have kicked him out. Now, there's been speculation that, you know, Charlie Kirk might have been behind it, you know, from Turning Point USA. And I've heard other things in the past. You know, he kicked out that, what is his name, Nick Fuentes, who I'm not a fan of by any means. I believe him. I think he's one of those really extreme far-right douchebags. Not a fan, but still, you know, he's not breaking any laws, committing any crimes. He is entitled to his free speech as well. So that's the whole point of the, you know, freedom of speech, to be able to share ideas, express things, even if we don't agree with them, don't see eye to eye. But just, you know, getting those ideas and expressions out there so that they can be debated, you know. And, I expect censorship from the Democrats because, let's be honest, the Democratic Party right now is in turmoil because they've gone extremely far left. That's why you've got Bernie Sanders, leading the nomination. And you've got, these ultra progressives like, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashid Tlaib, with these really outrageous, far left socialist ideas, and if you don't agree with them, if you don't, see their points or, get on their side, then, they want to shut down everything that's against that. So, Democrats have been doing this now for the last 3 years, especially when it comes to conservatives, trying to shut down conservative speech. I mean, look at all the conservatives been deplatformed. They've been kicked off of Twitter and Facebook and whatnot. And I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white supremacists or the the extreme right. I'm talking about just regular, conservatives, alt-light maybe you call them, people like that have been deplatformed and kicked off. And now it seems like we're doing the same within our own conservative party. Now we're starting to shut down conservatives by other conservatives. If this is what Charlie Kirk's doing, it ain't right. You know, I don't agree with everything that Charlie Kirk with Turning Point USA, spews or preaches or shouts. But I mean, there are a few things I see his points on. Other things I'm like, he's pulling shit out of his ass. But I wouldn't try to stop him from being able to express those viewpoints. So if he's doing that to other conservatives, just simply because he doesn't agree with what they're saying, Charlie, you're being a fucking douche nugget. Stop it. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to get to the end point I'm just going to take you fucking seriously. And that's not what the conservative party is about. We're about freedom of speech, number one. First Amendment, the Constitution. It's our thing. It's what we love. After that's the Second Amendment. So quit being a fucking asshole. Let motherfuckers speak. Let Owen Schroyer speak. Let Gavin McInnes speak. Even though a lot of the shit that comes out of his mouth is just fucking nonsense, because he likes to push the envelope because he's one of them fucking edgy boys. But whatever. He's entitled to it. He's entitled to say it just like you're entitled not to have to fucking listen to it. So if you don't want to hear it, walk away. Turn around. Walk away. Ain't fucking rocket science. So conservatives, let's not become the Democratic Party. Let's don't start censoring each other, okay? Let's be able to speak our ideas freely and openly. Otherwise, we're no damn different than the fucking, extreme left that's trying to shut us down and deplatform everything. Simple as that. Outside of that, last thing we at the beginning of the week we had the debates. I forget where they were debating this time. I guess it was Las Vegas they were debating, and honestly, it was the same shit show as last time. The only thing was they didn't really mention Trump as much as the previous debate. Now the gloves are starting to come off. They're starting to whoop on each other. Elizabeth Warren, she came out like a fucking damn cougar, and I mean just really whooped on damn Bloomberg, which, rightfully so. I mean, that dumbass don't have any business being in the fucking election. I mean, the fact that he thinks he can take his billions of dollars and buy his win, that's part of what's wrong with this country and politics, is the money, and he's the prime example of that, But I will say this, he's spending his own money. He's not taking money from others, And then, you've got, so you got Mini Mike, then you got, Pocahontas, all once again, with the fucking lies and the bullshit, can't keep nothing straight. Then you got damn Pete Buttigieg, or, Pete, repeat. I got to tell you, I was really shocked. I mean, he was saying a lot of shit that word for word that, Barack Obama was saying, back in damn 2007. I was like, come on, Pete. I know you were just a mayor of a small Indianapolis town in Indiana, but come up with your own shit, man. Come up with your own ideas. You ain't got to rip off of Barack Obama. You can be your own man. Seriously, dude. Then you got Amy Klobuchar, which, I got to tell you, out of all the Democrats, she's the most reasonable, I'll say. But, I mean, every time I look at her, though, she reminds me of one of them fucking chihuahuas. You know how they're always, like, so small and tiny, but they're always, like, fucking shaking and shit? She reminds me of that. And even, she doesn't seem too sure of herself. She's lacking a lot of confidence. So I'd like to see her step up her game because, outside of that, you got Tom Steyer, and he's another billionaire dude, but he seems to be just focused on the environment, and that's all he really knows. Outside of that, he doesn't really have a whole lot. And he's a bit of a nice guy, for this group. Nice guys, as we know, always finish last. So definitely don't see him money. But then it brings us down to Bernie, that grumpy old grandpa that we have all got. One who's had enough, sick of this shit. He's exactly the polar opposite of Trump. They're both on the same spectrum, just on different sides. Both are anti-establishment. Both, when they're running, the prospective parties they were running under didn't want them to get the nomination. Well, we know what happened with Trump. He got the nomination because that's what the majority of conservatives and Republicans, as far as the people were concerned, not the establishment, but the people, that's what they wanted, and they got it. So take a lesson from that, Democrats. Don't fuck with Bernie like you did in 2016. Don't fuck him over and give it to damn Bloomberg like y'all gave it to damn Hillary. Because you can be shooting yourself in the damn foot. I don't agree with the man's politics. I'm not for socialism. I like capitalism. But the man has stood his ground and had the same damn philosophy for the last 30 years, whether you like it or not. You knew this back in 2016. You know this now. Don't fuck the guy. If the majority of the Democratic people in the Democratic Party, not the establishment, but the people, if they want him as the nomination, you give him the damn nomination. And when 2020 comes around, you let Trump and Bernie go at it toe to toe. Capitalism versus socialism. It's going to be the fight of the century. And regardless of the outcome, whoever wins, that's going to be my president, and they're going to get my respect. And I'm going to respect the office. I may not like the politics. I may like the shit they try to do. But I'll respect the offices of the presidency, even if that means Sanders. Because that's what we as Americans do. We respect the president. You Democrats can take a cue from that. Maybe start, lighting up a little bit off of fucking Trump and showing the man a little respect. Because really, the damn country is no worse off than when it was under Obama or Bush or Reagan or Clinton or any other damn president that's held the office. Nobody's lost anything. Things are going good. Everybody just needs to step back and chill the fuck out. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that tonight. Oh, we got a comment. I took my son to the park, and when we got home, we found his goldfish dead, which is a tough situation for him. How do I explain auto 4-year-olds? Yeah, don't know. Couldn't tell you. Don't really know nothing about autoerotic asphyxiation. But thanks for the comment, though. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, freak. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope everybody can relax a little bit. Enjoy the company of your loved ones. You know, if that's what you want to do. Get out there, fight the good fight. If that's what you want to do, just be safe, be careful, and just be mindful and respectful of one another. And just remember, this shit, don't take it so seriously. You know, it's all one big shit burger sandwich, and we're all going to take a bite out of it in one shape or another. Just roll with the flow, man. Anyway, as always, thanks for stopping by. Cheers to you all. And I will catch you motherfuckers on the flip side. Peace.